We have entered the Old Kingdom. Be wary, Death Knight. Whatever scared the dwarves still lurks down here somewhere.
Tread lightly. Finally.
Wait. The towers on either side are rigged to fire bolts of frost. This hallway is a death trap.
Can't we disable them?
The circular hatch in the far wall is an aqueduct plug. If we can open it, the water might flood the firing mechanisms and disable the entire trap.
This is more like it. No one orders me around. Faithless coward. Finally. Your pain shall be legendary. What is it now? Frostmourne hunger. That's done it. Let's move. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
Look, brothers. The traitor king.
Who, me?
He is referring to me, Death Knight. These Nerubians will stop at nothing to destroy us.
Ah, at last.
Thank you, Great One. The rebel spiders captured my comrades as well. They're being held in a nearby chamber. Release them, and they will be yours to command.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. The Guardians are activating. Defend yourselves! No one orders me around. I'll make sure you suffer. Finally. I'll make sure you
slay the intruders.
Tread lightly. Ah, at last.
Kinky. By Nerub. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Death to the servants of Ner'zhul. The eggs of our young are incubated within those breeding pods. There's no telling how many vicious hatchlings they hold.
You are right. They're definitely hostile. We've got to destroy the breeding pods.
We could also seal the doors to shut the hatchlings in.
What is it now? Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. Finally. For the Lich King. Your pain.
Drive the foul undead back to the surface. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead.
What the hell are they?
They are the horrors the dwarves spoke of. I thought they were only legends.
What?
They are the faceless ones. I'll see to it. Indubitably. By Nerub. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead.
Speak, fool.
Finally. At last.
It cannot be. A forgotten one. Look to your defenses, Death Knight. Fight as you've never fought before.
This is more like it. Finally.
We cannot take them all. Hurry, Death Knight. Up the stairwell. Hurry.
We're running out of time, Anubarak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the Upper Kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover!
Arthas!
The entire passage collapsed.
There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anubarak and the others survived.
This is more like it.
I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames.
I'll make sure you suffer. At last.
I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier.
Frostmourne hungers.
More of the Nerubians' blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly.
Finally. At last. Frostmourne hungers.
More gold. This might help us later.
At last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
Another quake?
This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Finally. At last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
I must find a way across this strange obstacle.
At last. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Anubarak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone.
Finally. No one orders me around.
Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight. What's done is done.
What is it now?
Faithless coward.
Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Something's breaking through. Defensive positions!
At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Now, Frostmourne. At last.
We're running out of time. We must find the exit. They're blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it.
Tread lightly.
Time is fleeting.
What is it now? At last.
Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth bought us the precious time we needed.
We've made it, Anubarak. Our forces are already assembled and waiting.
Greetings, King Arthas. You've arrived just in time. Illidan's Naga and Blood Elf forces have taken up positions at the base of the glacier and...
Arthas, my champion. You have come at last.
Master?
There is a fracture in my prison, the frozen throne, and my energies are seeping from it. That is why your powers have diminished.
But how?
The rune blade Frostmourne was once locked inside the throne as well. I thrust it from the ice, so that it would find its way to you, and then lead you to me. And so it has. Now we face a grave danger. My creator, the Demon Lord Kil'jaeden, sent his agents here to destroy me. If they should reach the frozen throne before you, all will be lost. The scourge will be undone. Now hurry. I will grant you all the power I can spare.
I saw another vision of the Lich King. He has restored my powers. I know now what I must do. It's time to end the game, once and for all. Time's running out, Anubarak. We've got to get inside the throne chamber before Illidan does.
The throne chamber lies within the frozen peak at the center of the valley. It can only be opened by activating the 4 enchanted obelisks that surround it. Illidan's forces have already entrenched themselves near 2 of them. We'll need to drive them back and reactivate the obelisks ourselves.
We're sorry to interrupt your meditation, Master, but all our forces are in place.
Once the chamber is opened, we will destroy the frozen throne, as promised.
Then the hour has come at last. After today, the Scourge will meet its end. Can you hear me out there, Arthas? Its end!
Illidan has mocked the Scourge long enough. It's time we put the fear of death back in him. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. No one orders me around. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Proceed.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
Thy bidding, Master.
Our forces are under attack.
Speak, fool.
You're out of your league, Old King. You should have stayed hidden underground.
Faithless coward. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
I slay the frozen throne.
No one orders me around. Are you still upset that I stole Jaina from you, Kale?
You've taken everything I've ever cared for, Arthas. Vengeance is all I have left.
Foolish undead. This obelisk belongs to me.
What is it now? You will know endless torment.
I serve only the frozen throne.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Your pain shall be legendary.
Hello, Arthas.
You look different, Illidan. I guess the Skull of Gul'dan didn't agree with you.
Feel the venom of Narum.
No one orders me around. I've reached the first obelisk. It will take me a few moments to activate it. I'll need protection while I work.
Speak. I'll see to it. Kinky. Oblivion awaits. Time is fleeting.
No one orders me around. At last.
You rang.
Tread lightly. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Now, Frostmourne. Speak, fool.
My might cannot be matched. I wait. I have heard the summons.
Tread lightly. Another obelisk has been activated. Our forces are under attack.
I serve only the frozen throne.
What is it now?
Make your choice.
Speak, fool.
Speak. Indubitably.
Our forces are under attack. The third obelisk has been activated. Only one more remains. Rise up, my warriors. We've done it, Anubarak. The throne chamber is open. This is the hour of the Scourge. The frozen throne is mine, demon. Step aside. Leave this world and never return. If you do, I'll be waiting.
I have sworn to destroy it, Arthas. It must be done.
Never.
my king yet, boy.
Forget this business. Lead your men home.
Command even if you were. Damn it, as your future king, I order you. You lost your mind, Arthas.
I must consider this an act of treason, Dustin.
You lied to your men and betrayed the mercenaries who fought for you. What's happening to you, Arthas?
Your young prince will find only death